In my last video, I talked about the basics of being a straight natural and why stopping heat doesn't automatically mean your curls will come back overnight. In this video, I want to focus on the next question people usually have. What do you actually do after heat damage to create a realistic path to healthy hair? So today I'm breaking down what actually happens after heat damage, what to expect, what's normal, and what recovery really looks like. When I was in high school, I had a lot of heat damage even though I was using a heat protectant because I was using a curling iron every week. Protection helps, but frequency also matters. When I went away to college, I went natural because I knew I wouldn't have my mom around to fix my hair anymore. But I only lived in the dorms for about a year and a half before going back home. And once I was home, she took over helping me repair my hair. And the strategy wasn't to stop using heat completely. It was to be strategic with it. Back then, I actually loved styling my hair with the curling iron because I actually loved loose curls, not tight curls. The problem wasn't the look, it was the frequency of direct heat on my strands. So when my mom helped me repair my hair, the goal wasn't to stop styling. It was to get the same results without putting that same heat stress on my hair. She would wash my hair and do a roller set, and after I came out from under the dryer, she would only blow dry my roots. The rollers gave me that same loose curl look that I like without putting that direct heat on my strands. That way my hair stays stretched and styled, but the strands had time to recover instead of being reheated over and over again. At the same time, I switched to products that were made to support damaged hair. Back then, I was using the Tresemme Split and Repair line, which doesn't exist anymore, and I paired it with argan oil to help restore moisture to my hair. I did this consistently for almost a year. That combination, reduce heat, stretch styles, repair focused products, is what helped my hair regain density and strength over time. Now this is where expectations need to shift, but also where people need options. Stopping heat doesn't instantly reduce heat damage. Recovery takes time. So instead of waiting around for curls to magically come back, the question becomes, how do you wear your hair in the meantime without causing more damage? For me, that meant leaning into alternate styles that didn't rely on direct heat. One of my go-to styles, even today, is a simple 2-strand braid wrapped around my head. It keeps my hair stretched, protected, and out of the way while it's recovering without constant manipulation. And if salon visits are not realistic for you, learning how to do a roller set at home is another option. A hooded dryer and a set of rollers can give you a polished loose curl look without putting direct heat on your strands. It's a skill, but it's a useful one if you're repairing heat damage and you want your hair to look styled. What matters most during this phase is consistency. Not constantly switching products or routines out of frustration. Pick a set of products that support strength and moisture and give them time to work. The only time product changes really make sense is when you're altering your hair in any major way, like changing your hair color. And if you're someone who goes to the salon regularly, this is actually a really important conversation to have with your hairstylist. Ask them what products they recommend you use between visits, so when you come back to see them, it's a maintenance appointment, not a fixed disappointment. That's how hair recovery stays on track. This is also where I want to be honest about something people don't always want to hear. Recovery isn't just about products and styling. During that year when my hair was recovering, my mom was trimming my damaged ends regularly. No big chops, just consistent trims to stop the damage from traveling up the hair shaft. And that made a huge difference in how my curls came back. What I noticed first wasn't perfect definition. It was density. My hair started feeling fuller and stronger before my curls fully bounced back. My curls also came back unevenly. Some sections responded faster while others took longer. And frizz was very much a part of that phase. That didn't mean my routine wasn't working. It meant my hair was still rebuilding. Over time, as the damage got trimmed away and the hair got stronger, definition followed. But it wasn't all at once. It happened gradually. This is why recovery works best when you're patient and consistent, instead of constantly changing routines, trying to force a result. Everything I've shared so far is what worked for my hair. I don't know your exact texture, density, or history, but no matter which path you choose, the biggest thing I want to leave you with is this: give it time. Hair recovery doesn't happen in weeks. It happens over months. And once your hair starts responding again, try not to jump back into whatever habits caused that damage to begin with. A big part of this journey is learning to fall in love with what your hair is actually capable of, not what you wish it could do. I had to learn this the hard way. When I was younger, I cut off a lot of my length chasing layers that my natural density was never going to give me. Eventually, I realized that a lot of the layered looks that we see, especially on TV, are achieved with extensions. And that became another option for me. Using extensions gave me the freedom to be patient with my real hair while it recovered, without feeling like I had to force it into something it wasn't ready for yet. So, whether it's protective styles, stretch styles, roller sets, or even extensions, the goal isn't perfection. It's giving your hair the time and support it needs to respond again. If you're dealing with heat damage right now and you're trying to figure out what makes sense next, products, routines, and how to reduce heat damage without going cold turkey, I wrote more about this on my blog. I'll leave the link in the description box below.